Hi, welcome to the live stream this morning. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will be coming through me to give messages, healing as well. So just before we begin, I just want to mention that I will be putting appointments up today on the website. So at the moment, then there are no appointments, but they'll be going up and they'll be starting from this Monday onwards. And also for those of you who are waiting for the 5-minute transmissions, I will be sending them as well later today. And if anyone else wants to order one, you can do that through the Archangel Raphael healing site. So I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in and speak through me. Hmm. Hmm. I would like you to know that what I am actually seeing is that the energies at the moment are very much about changing things on the outside. So, actually, energies do favour this, but it does not necessarily mean that it will be automatic. It is almost like when changes are going to happen, you are guided as to what to do. So when you are doing inner work, you are making changes inside that then create the right circumstances on the outside for things to be in one way or another created, things to happen. And then, when you have done enough inner work, you are automatically guided to do the right thing on the outside. And then you find that things move forwards automatically because as you take the right action, then all the other things also come into play, all the other elements which have been prepared, and things start to move forwards gracefully. So I will say that generally you will be guided to take some action. It may even be something very light-hearted, such as simply making a phone call. It may be something else, something a bit bigger, such as preparing some document, but doing something that takes a bit more time. But I do see that each of you will be guided to do something a bit more practical and physical in the coming week ahead. It may even be as simple as actually simply going outside, and then you will find that through this you are guided to the right people and places, that something may catch your eye when you do go out, and then you start being, in one way or another, guided to the next step and then the next step. What I will generally say about life is that when energies have been sufficiently cleared from within, it just flows. It is automatic. It is like water flowing. And so, in a way, there are things that you do not need to necessarily even think about once the energies are clear, that things will just happen. But then there are other things that you do need to actually take a bit more proactive action on. And these tend to be new energies which are coming into life through you. So, for example, if you are starting a new business, then this is a new energy that is coming into the world through you. So, in that case, you do need to actually be tuning in and taking the right steps as you are guided by your inner being. But then there are other things which are already here on earth. So once you clear the energies from within, you are just automatically going to collide with them on the earth plane, such as a particular person or some initiative which is already happening. So that is really the difference. There are some things that you will be receiving inspiration to do, and other things which will just be there for you, and you will collide with them automatically. I also would like you to know that sometimes when you are feeling a bit lost in life, it is not because you actually are lost, but it is because energies are changing, rearranging within you and also around you. So the next step is not clear yet. So sometimes it is just a case of being patient. Not everything can happen overnight because things need to change from within and then from without. And those of you who are constantly asking questions inside, sometimes you are going to find yourself feeling quite tired as a result because the questions you ask are not really that relevant to be asking, because it is more about clearing energy, clearing what is in the way of you then being able to have what you want. So, generally, I will say it is okay to ask questions, to go within and ask the questions you would like answered. But remember that a lot of life at the moment, especially, is about clearing energy, clearing up old karmic cycles, clearing up energies that have hindered you from having what you want. I will go as far as to say that for some of you, this is all you really need: energy work, energy clearing. It is not that you are looking for answers about your life. You may already know what your life is all about, what your purpose is, what you are here to do. But it is about clearing what is in the way so that you can then have it. I hope I am making sense, but this message does apply to some of you here, not all of you. Some of you do genuinely need answers that will come in various ways, perhaps through others or through life itself. But what I will say is that there are some of you here who really don't need any more answers. You just need to focus on clearing your energy so that what you want automatically happens. I would like to speak about more things, and I would like to share that life is not always going to be simply about going forwards, creating what you want, and then in this way experiencing more of the oneness. Life is about many different types of energies, and one of them is the energy of creating and experiencing oneness, more joy, more bliss, more of the oneness on earth. But another aspect of life is about actually letting go of your desires, of what you want to create, and actually going deeper into the light and allowing the light to work through you in whatever way that is right at the time. So, to be someone who is able to actually be, in one way or another, letting go of their own personal needs, desires, and even their own vision, actually, at times, and seeing where the light takes them. Because through this, what happens is doors open in directions that you may not have expected. And through these doors, you then explore different parts of yourself. You grow as a being. And in this way, you are then becoming more whole. You are becoming bigger. So sometimes these doorways do not necessarily lead you to anything in particular. It is not that these doorways, the ones I'm talking about, will lead you to the next step towards the fulfillment of your innermost desires and dreams, but they simply open up new parts of you. So, an example can be that you are just going with the flow, the light within is guiding you, and you may collide with a person, and there is no other purpose other than for you and that person to meet and open up a new aspect of your being. And that is all it is. So sometimes you will have experiences in life like this, that they don't go anywhere. They are just about opening up a new door within you. And once this door is open, you can actually part ways. And I am sharing this so that you know that it doesn't always have to lead somewhere when you are in a relationship with a person or you are doing some other activity. It doesn't always have to become something that stays in your life. or something that becomes a part of other aspects of your life. And when you can identify this clearly, feel it inside, you are then able to let go more easily. You are able to really be in that way also open to life, open to what happens, and also able to let go at the same time. Another type of energy as well that exists on the earth plane is one where you are following the flow of light and guided to do something, and then afterwards you walk away. So, for example, this is easier to explain that you may be walking down the street and someone is in urgent need of help. Something has happened to them, and you provide that assistance. Maybe it is some first aid, or making a phone call, or providing some comfort. And then you continue along your path, and they continue along theirs. So that is an example of this sort of energy. And then there is another energy, which is actually more interesting. And this is actually the energy where you are letting go, going with your inner being and flow. And what ends up happening is that you end up colliding with people or end up in a place where there is something there for you in terms of other lives, where there is something to be done, and it can often even be around your soul and a soul part that is there, perhaps with a person or place. But it is really very interesting, this type of energy, because when you are in this flow, it really feels like you have come home. So you may go to a place and you feel like it is home somehow, but it is home, but it is because there is a part of you there. And once you retrieve it, you feel ready to move on. So, this is another type of energy, and it can happen with a person or a group of people as well, where there is a part of you there from another life. And as you retrieve that part, you are ready to move on. So, I am explaining all these scenarios so you can ask yourself inwardly what the meaning is at the time. Because sometimes when you have clarity like this, it is actually faster, easier, smoother. There is less mourning as well. When you have to leave something behind, you understand that it had a particular purpose. And when you have a deep sense of clarity, life becomes easier. It becomes a smoother process. It becomes easier to let go. It is easier to understand why things happen. And then through this, you are able to keep going forwards without regret, without feeling something has gone wrong. I am also saying this because I want you to know that there is really no such thing as ever needing to be in a state where you are feeling that something has gone wrong. Because actually, whenever there is a genuine problem, it is always corrected by the universe. Sometimes it takes a long time, but that is often because there may be many energies to clear first. But an example of this can be that there has been an untimely death. Something has happened and it feels like something has really gone wrong. But then, as the energies are cleared away, something is made right again. I hope this makes sense. So sometimes life can be like this, where there are many darker energies that infiltrate, that make things go a certain way, and you have a feeling that something is terribly wrong. And on one level, it is, because these energies are not of the light, but as they are cleared away, there is an automatic correction made by the universe. So I would like you to know this, that life is able to correct itself even when something very tragic happens. And it is about really working with what is, understanding that there are things that happen at times because of darker energies, but as these are cleared, something can be resolved, or will be rather, at the right time. I have a few more things to say. I would like you to know that there is always going to be a lot of energy in life around really wanting to have the best life you can, especially in this new age. It is very much the theme, actually, for many people to be living their best life, to be following their bliss, to be following what brings them joy and happiness, what brings them into a state of aliveness, feeling really good inside. So, this is very much an energy that is strong in the world at the moment. But those of you who would like this can often feel frustrated because, of course, there are going to be things in the way of this, because otherwise you would already be living your best life. So, what I will say to those of you who feel this inside is to remember that it is not about the goal, it is not about the ultimate outcome you desire, it is about the journey. And although this may sound like a cliche, it is very important to remember this, because through the journey, you actually are going to find a lot of treasure, a lot of jewels, and after a while, the journey becomes more exciting than the destination, because you really find along the way there is a lot of joy and happiness, a lot that is revealed to you. And as you go into this type of energy of really enjoying the journey, you are then able to go deeper into the oneness, into the energy of allowing. And as you do this, the things that you most want automatically start to happen. And yet, by this time, you are no longer attached. So, when they do happen, you can enjoy them, but you have no fear about anything. For example, the thing that you have being taken away, because by this point you have completely let go and just surrendered to the journey of life. So, what I will say is ultimately this is the aim, to have your dreams and goals, but then to just embrace the journey and get so immersed in it in a good way that you start to really feel that the journey itself is enough. And then when the things happen, it is like an extra blessing. What I will say is ultimately this is the path of light. It is about following your inner being, doing what is right in each moment, exploring what you are all about on the inside, expanding, growing, becoming more whole, doing things that bring you joy, things that really light you up on the inside, becoming the sort of people who are really able to embrace life in a really good way and know that life is ultimately about helping you to grow, to become, to be who you are. And what I will say is that when you are in this place, whatever happens in your life, you are able to take it in your stride, because you are able to appreciate that there is a deeper meaning behind it and explore that. I hope I am making sense, but this is just a reminder that the journey is really more important than the destination. The destination may feel like a blessing, but actually, the journey is what will actually make you who you really are. It will make you whole, it will make you your true self. You will shed layers. You will become who you are really meant to be. And this is the most important part of being on the earth plane. I hope I am making sense. I have no more messages to give. I will speak briefly about the week ahead. the week ahead will actually be a mixture of many things. There will be things that are happening in the world which may feel to you like they are really major, like they are things that need dealing with. And these things will require your attention. So I would like you to know that it is important to engage with what is going on in the world as much as feels right to you. Because I will say that these are times of major change, major conflict as well. And for those of you who are very much in your own energy at the moment and attuning to the light, you will feel something within you actually feeling that there is something you can contribute to life at this time. I do see this for those of you who are sufficiently in your own energy and who are not being bombarded by external negativity. Those of you who have got to a place of relative stability and feeling their own inner connection, I do see there are things that can be done. And what I will also say about the week ahead is that it is a really good time to be taking practical action that you are guided to take because things are able to happen at this time on the earth plane. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening and wishing you a really good weekend and a good week ahead. And much love to all of you.